Hello, BookTube, and I thought I'd come to you with an original tag. Well, sort of original, and I got bullied into it. Edgar can be, a big bully at times. So, it's a Christmas themed one. It's when I say sort of original because there's been many that have been like this, and there was around Thanksgiving, for American Thanksgiving, and so people would list the number of booktubers they were thankful for the idea, and I've seen a few of those, but there's no Thanksgiving in the UK here, and yes, I am Canadian by birth, but the Thanksgiving had long passed by the time American Thanksgiving rolls around. So I thought I'd do the 12 booktubers of Christmas. Um, so to sort of the 12 days of Christmas. So for each day, I'm going to list a booktuber and sort of say why I've chosen them, and they're basically booktubers that for this year I've really gotten to know quite well, and a few new ones, but I think they're but over the last few months, there was a bit of interaction before, so I'm going to be missing a lot of booktubers. So, but it'll be ones that I have interacted with, either on YouTube slash BookTube or off of it in through email or Voxer was the main one. So anyway, let's get to it. So I don't know which order to do these in, and there is no specific order. I don't know whether to start at a partridge in a pear tree, but I've started at the 12 drummers drumming as the first one, and then I'll sort of count down. But they're not counted down in any order. Basically, it was sort of I copied and pasted the listing of the days, and then I just sort of started shoving in names as I went for each one. Anyway, 12 drummers drumming. That would be Mark at Book Time with Elvis. And we've got to know each other quite well, I think, over the last this year especially. He did. I had interacted with him slightly, a little bit prior to doing the Desert Island Books. He was the first castaway for Desert Island Books. And during that time, we realized that we had a lot of interest in sort of historical periods of history, uh, South Africa, the Zulu Wars, and a lot of sort of 19th century and older sort of adventure fiction, where I've read a ton of that in the past. As yeah, just a whole bunch of other stuff, and we've collaborated on a number of things. We did our own event in August called August of Adventure, and we'll be doing it, I believe, again in 2023. And are sort of on again, off again, live. When both of us are sort of healthy enough to do that. um, so yeah, and we chat a lot offline, and he's graciously does pretty well every thumbnail for the Desert Island Books. So yeah, so it's been good, a good sort of meeting through the internet. Now we go to 11 Pipers Piping, and I would say Jason Harrigan, who I've known since the beginning, basically, of my channel. And he's been very supportive, and we chat back and forth, sort of a very delayed chat back and forth, usually through Voxer, but that's fine. He doesn't make a whole lot of videos, but he's just he's just across the I wouldn't say pond, because the pond is the Atlantic, just across the strait, I guess, in Ireland. So that's he's quite close, or at least in the same time zone. Now we go to 10 Lords of Leaping with Michael K. Vaughan and Roger. Can't forget Roger. Because these two, Edgar and Roger, are, teaming up at times. They're scheming behind our backs. We have to be very careful at that. So yeah, Michael K. Vaughan. He's talking about same time zones that Jason is. Michael K. Vaughan is not. There's an 8 hours difference between us here, but yeah, a great booktuber, and does a lot of stuff, as a really great sense of humor, or at least similar sense of humor that I have, and he gets the joke a lot of times where not everybody does. So yeah, and we don't always have the same reading tastes, but he's a big fan of Edgar Rice Burroughs, which I am, and classic science fiction. So yeah, so what's not to like? Now excuse me, now we go to 9 Ladies Dancing, and that would be Brandy at the Booklectic. And Brandy and I have gotten to know each other quite well through BookTube and through Voxer, and we chat most days back and forth. Like a lot of these people that are on the list here will chat on various days, and we've done a lot of buddy reads, and hope to do a lot more in the future. And currently, I'm one of the hosts for her Howl for the Holidays. So yeah, and that's been it's been very nice to have someone, all these booktubers, to sort of chat to occasionally. Then we got 8 Maids a Milking, and that would be Scott and Becky Bryant at the Bookish Bryants, who are just really great. We chat all the time through Voxer and on in comments as well. And yeah, just great. Scott is a great proponent of this sort of classic science fiction, but also new science fiction as well. So I'm sort of coming out of my shell, I guess it is, for newer science fiction occasionally. And Becky is just great. Well, I made her a convert, I think, to Clifford Simak, so that's pretty good. Or at least she's loved Waystation, so she's going to try City. So fingers crossed. And then we go to 7 Swans a Swimming, and that's Amy at Amy's Dusty Bookshelf. And she's from Canada, or lives in Canada, and it's really strange because we where her original home is and where I lived before I moved here was very close. We chat for like through the comments as well as through Voxer. And yeah, it's just great to see her discover new things that's new to her, and a lot of times it's sort of authors that I have liked in the past or still like. So it's really nice to see somebody rediscovering those things for themselves. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun listening to her videos, and she appreciates a good old book, which I really like. Let's see here. Now we got 6 Geese a Laying, and that would be Matt at Science Fiction Reads. We sort of got to know, there's 2 here that we really got to know each other more through Scott and Becky Bryant's New Worlds November. And Matt is one of those. I chatted with him through comments, and he came on board with the New Worlds of November, and we've chatted a lot as well. And there's another he's another Canadian booktuber, um, and yeah, and he's probably one of the only booktubers that we both like, Bob and Doug McKenzie, and especially their rendition of the 12 Days of Christmas. And yeah, we're planning on doing some buddy reads, and he's introducing me to newer science fiction writers, and it's nice to have someone to chat with who likes the older science fiction writers too. That will he can suspend his willing suspension of disbelief to enjoy the older science fiction. Let's see here. Now we got 5 golden rings, and then 5 golden rings is repeated for some reason. And that would be Mark Richardson at Richardson Reads. We again go back to the beginning of my channel. He's been very supportive, and just all around great booktuber. And everybody hopes that he starts making more videos as well. But yeah, just all around solid guy. He's Vermont, a librarian, and a house full of books, and more books coming in all the time. So what's not to like? Then we got 4 calling birds, and that would be Nathan at the Rambling Reviewer, and he's the second with Matt of sort of making a deeper connection because of New Worlds November. And we're currently doing a buddy read of Lafcadio Hearn's Japanese ghost stories, and we'll be doing other ones as well. And it's really interesting to see different viewpoints, and I guess Steve Donahue had sort of said this at one time, people starting out on their reading journeys, and Nathan is that, and it's really great to see again people discovering new things, and even bringing new things to my attention, which is fabulous. Then we go to 3 French hens, Scott Danielson, who doesn't make a whole lot of videos too much anymore, but just all around great guy, solid with his science fiction, and just all around great guy, and chatting on Voxer. That's the one thing. A lot of these have turned into a lot of talking on Voxer and sort of outside of BookTube, sharing our interests in various things, and not always just books either. So that's really great. Now we got 2 turtledoves, and this one I specifically put for 2 turtledoves, and that's Peg, and I'm going to include Martine at the history bookshelf. And I've been following and commenting on Peg's videos for so long, and as everybody knows, Martine is always in the background to say something, and the first time she became on camera, which was fabulous, was through the Desert Island Books episode, and and we just just a lot of similar interests and everything for reading, and especially with classic film, Martine, and I really enjoy the interaction I have with both of them, and wishing Peg well. She's under the weather at the moment, so wishing them both well. And I'll leave it off here with a partridge in a pear tree. Yeah, these last 2 were specific. and that would be Steve Donahue. And Steve, well, how do you characterize Steve? I'll try to make this, safe for work. um, Steve, extremely knowledgeable about books. It's always fabulous to watch his book hauls. He gets my gander up, I guess you would say, and makes me want to argue on points because he's so out there with certain things that that I need to say no, that's not right, and and so there's that which he makes me think, and if I ever do need to clarify anything that I can't find or information about something, it's always easy to go to Steve, and there's 9 times out of 10 he knows, and if I ever want a biography of someone, I can always go to him and ask, as anybody can, what's the best biography for X, Y, or Z. So anyway, that's my 12 booktubers of Christmas. So I suggest everybody else do something like this, and I suggest everybody that I've mentioned here do one as well. That's your task for Christmas. Thank you, BookTube, and Merry Christmas. I'll be back definitely before Christmas, but thanks to these 12 booktubers and many, many more, and all the subscribers that I have. I have just fabulous subscribers who because of my health issues that are up and down literally daily at these times, that sometimes I'll go days or maybe a week or two without doing any content, and they've been very, very forgiving. So I thank you, everybody, and Merry Christmas to all my subscribers, and all my BookTube friends out there. Take care, BookTube. Thank you.